Gwen Stefani shared a rare pic of Blake Shelton and her 3 sons on their wedding day. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up before the video starts. It's been 3 years since Gwen Stefani and her husband, Blake Shelton, tied the knot, and the future returning voice coach took to social media to give fans a rare look at their special day. The Instagram carousel Stefani shared July 3 of her nuptials included an absolutely adorable photo of the couple and her 3 sons. Kingston James McGregor Rossdale, 17. Zuma Nesta Rock Rossdale, 15. And Apollo Bowie Flynn Rossdale, 9. Posing in post-ceremony bliss. Back in May, Stefani celebrated Kingston's 18th birthday with a charming set of childhood photos featuring her son throughout the years. And the No Doubt frontwoman did the same for her son Zuma to commemorate his recent 15th birthday. Stefani and Shelton met on The Voice and have both been coaches for multiple seasons. Shelton famously was a coach consistently from seasons 1 to 23. Stefani's only won the show once, in season 19. That's not exactly uncommon, especially when judging it up against someone like John Legend, who's also only won the show once despite being a coach for several seasons. He'll return next for season 27. Of course, nobody can compare to Blake Shelton, who's won a jaw-dropping 9 times, putting all other coaches to shame. Shelton departed the show after season 23, in part to spend more time with Stefani and her sons. I think being a stepdad has changed my perspective in that I'm not the first person that I think about anymore, he told Access Hollywood in January 2023. Even to the small little things when you go, I think I'll do this. The very next thought is always, well, wait a minute, how's that going work? Or, what will they think? Or, how will that affect a schedule? I think the only way for me to really do that right is to step away from being committed to something like The Voice that demands a lot of your time, he continued. There's no way around it. If you're going to do it and do it right, you have to be 150% in. And I just feel like those days are behind me for now. I got a more important job. Gwen Stefani had always imagined this moment. A blend of joy, nostalgia, and a touch of the unexpected. It wasn't just about the vows exchanged or the rings slipped onto fingers, but about the beautiful chaos that was her family, now made whole in a way she had never quite envisioned before. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden glow over the quaint chapel where Gwen and Blake had chosen to exchange their vows. It was a private affair, far from the glare of paparazzi and the buzz of Hollywood. This day was about them, their love, and the journey that had brought them here. Gwen, radiant in a white gown that seemed to shimmer with every step she took, paused at the entrance of the chapel. Her heart fluttered with a mixture of nerves and excitement. She glanced back over her shoulder, catching Blake's eye. His expression, a mix of awe and tenderness, was all she needed to steady herself. As the music swelled and her 3 sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, walked her down the aisle, Gwen couldn't help but marvel at how far they had all come. From the early days of uncertainty and adjustment to this moment of unity and belonging, it had been a journey of growth and love. The ceremony was intimate yet filled with laughter and tears. Their closest friends and family looked on as Gwen and Blake exchanged vows they had written themselves. Each word spoke of their journey together, of the challenges they had overcome, and the deep bond that had only strengthened with time. After they were pronounced husband and wife, Gwen felt a surge of emotion as she looked out at the faces gathered to celebrate their love. There was her parents, her bandmates, and of course, her boys, all smiling and clapping with genuine happiness. Later, as the evening settled into a gentle twilight, Gwen stole a moment alone with Blake. They wandered hand in hand through the garden of the estate where the reception was being held. The scent of roses and the soft chirping of crickets provided a soothing backdrop to their whispered conversations. You know, Blake said with a chuckle, I never thought I'd end up marrying a rock star. Gwen laughed softly, leaning into him. And I never thought I'd find someone who loves my boys as much as I do. They paused near a fountain, its waters reflecting the starlit sky above. Blake gently brushed a strand of hair away from Gwen's face, his touch tender yet filled with an unspoken promise of forever. "I love them, Gwen," Blake murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "And I love you." In that moment, surrounded by the love of their family and friends, Gwen felt a deep sense of peace settle over her. Everything had led them to this point, to a love that was as enduring as it was unexpected. Days after their wedding, as they settled into the rhythm of married life, Gwen took to social media with a rare glimpse into their private world. It was a simple photo, yet one that spoke volumes. In it, Blake stood surrounded by Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, their smiles wide and their arms wrapped around each other. The caption was equally simple: "My heart is full." The response was immediate and overwhelming. Fans and well-wishers flooded the comments with messages of congratulations and love. Many remarked on how happy the boys looked, how natural Blake seemed in his new role as their stepfather. For Gwen, sharing that photo was more than just a gesture. It was a testament to the love and acceptance that had come to define their blended family. It was a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful moments in life are the ones that defy expectations and rewrite our understanding of love. As the weeks turned into months and then years, Gwen and Blake continued to navigate the ups and downs of life together. There were challenges, of course, but they faced them as a united front, a family bound not just by blood, but by love and respect. And on those quiet evenings when they found themselves surrounded by the laughter of their children and the warmth of each other's embrace, Gwen knew without a doubt that she had found her happily ever after. In the end, their story was not just about two people who fell in love, but about the power of love to transform and unite. It was about embracing the unexpected twists and turns that life threw their way and emerging stronger and more united because of them. And as Gwen looked back on that day, the day she married Blake and became a wife and a stepmother, she couldn't help but smile. For in that moment she had discovered that love, in all its forms, has the power to shape our lives in ways we never thought possible.